Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Sugar and Crumbs. My name's Tracey Mann from Tracey Mann Cakes, and this morning I'm going to be showing you how to make coffee cup cookies. That sounds like fun, doesn't it? Well, we're going to decorate them predominantly. That's what we're doing. I've already made them, but we are actually going to decorate this morning using a couple of different techniques. So some are going to be painted, or quite a lot of them are going to be painted, and we've got some nice little stickers and things to put on them as well. So a bit of fun, something in development, because I can't help myself. I come up with these ideas, and it goes with my week of demonstrations. So we've already had a hot chocolate / tea cup earlier on Tuesday, and now we've moved on. Now we're on coffee cups. So the idea with this, it's a biscuit that you can basically it's take with you, give to somebody, and it's got a nice little message on it as well, so it's really quite sweet, and that's the plan. So that's what I had in mind. It seems to be working, so I'm going to show you how to create them and put them together with my new little cookie cutter, because I've now become slightly obsessed with cookie cutters. I did not think this would ever happen to me, but now I am obsessed with it. So I'm going to show you another one that I've created today, and it is so much fun. I am looking around because I've got a couple of little cutters that I'm using, and just as I was about to press live, I did my usual and went, where's that cutter? It's tiny. I mean, I cannot be expected to keep track of something this small. It's like needle in a haystack in here. So yeah, not particularly easy. There's going to be a few flower bits and pieces on here as well. Some of you can see behind me. I always go the opposite way, don't I? My new floral course is behind me. I'm doing a big launch on Saturday about it, and then there'll be loads of posts and information coming up next week with regards to this course. So it's a beginner's floral course, so for cake painting, and I've done a few bits on my new cookie cutter as well, so you'll be able to see it up close and what it actually looks like as well. So hopefully there's enough to keep you entertained for the next 45 minutes to an hour. It's going to come up to lunchtime by then, so I will be off. So let's get started and have a look at what I've been up to. I mean, I do think I've invented everything, and then I come up with something else, and I thought, you know what, this is quite cool. And I think what set me off with this one was the fact that we've all now got, or certainly a lot of them have got, reusable coffee cups. So we're now getting our own fancy coffee cups, and we're taking them into Costa or wherever it is we go when they finally open, and get them refilled. And I just thought that is so nice that I'm going to replicate that in a biscuit. So it's good fun. It's something that you could do, and you could give away as a gift. It's something you could, you know, if you're going to meet someone for the first time and you're going to go for a walk outdoors in the next few weeks or whatever, take a coffee cup biscuit with you. You'll be very popular, you know. And I think it's just a good idea. It's something a bit different. I've had a bit of fun making it all up. So anyway, you can have a little look and make your own mind up, and I will show you what it's all about. So let me take that down, because we all know where I am. Right, so this is it. So this is my new coffee cup cutter. It is on my website, traceyscakes.co.uk, and I have been making coffee cups. I've been making them with our cookie dough recipe. So here we go. Now these are ones that I actually you can see there's a bit of icing on there because I made some, painted them, took it off, redid it, because this is what I'm like, very fussy. So I've got 3 to paint this morning, 3 different ones in 3 different ways. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do those. But before we get started, I'm going to show you some of the ones I've done already and some of the kind of concepts that I've been looking at with this, just so you can get a bit of an idea of what is going through my mind, because it's a busy place in there. So this is what I've been doing. So I've been making coffee cups. Now what I've been doing is I've been cutting out sugar paste. I'm going to show you that in a minute. Not making it too thick, just a nice thin covering, and I've been painting some, and I've also been putting things stuck on them as well, so all sorts of different things. But this is one I did yesterday, so this was done freehand. So I'm going to show you how to do something similar to that shortly. But I've also understand that a lot of you prefer to use cutters, prefer to have a bit of guidelines. So I'm going to show you as well how to use some of these patchwork cutters that we've had out over the last few weeks, and show you how you can make your own pattern on here as well. So you don't have to worry about doing any particular pattern. You can use your guides to be able to do something like that. And actually this one is quite good because you can get kind of a half thing going on with this. So it is a huge amount of possibility with this, and that's what I like about it. You could paint a cup that matches someone else's cup. There's all sorts of things you can do. So what we're going to do is we're going to run through them now, and we're going to show you some other ones as we go, but let's get started. And we're going to get our 3 ones prepped. So if you don't like sugar paste, if the thought of sugar paste is not appealing to you and you don't want to put sugar paste onto this cookie cutter, you can use royal icing. So you could take your royal icing and you could bring it back in again. So you could take your royal icing and you could flood it like so in white, if you want to do it in white, and then leave it to dry and then come back and paint it. It will work exactly the same way as what I'm doing this morning, painted on royal icing as it will on sugar paste. So if that's the taste you prefer. Or alternatively, you can use something like this cocoa form that I had out earlier in the week. So you can put this onto the cookies as well. So it's got a nice chocolate flavour. And again, you could paint some designs on that as well. So there's options there. So it's either sugar paste, cocoa form, or as I say, royal icing. And over the next few weeks, I'm going to be busy designing a few of these little cookie cutters, because I started yesterday and it was like the tip of the iceberg. And I thought, I've got a lot to do here. So I think you'll find that they will be appearing. You're working out who's got there first. I already know that some of you have got this cookie cutter. It's not been out long. I've only had it about a week or so, week to 10 days. So it is coming out now for the first time, because I've been very busy painting my flowers, you see. So I've not had a lot of time to do much else. But now I'm starting to get to editing stage. I've now got a bit more time to have a look at some other things. So I'm just going to roll out some of this paste. This is the Satinara. Can you do it with chocolate transfer sheet? You can, but what you need to do, if you want to do it with a chocolate transfer, you'll need to cut your transfer sheet out into this shape. You'll need to spread your chocolate onto the transfer, and then you'll need to flip it over, and you'll need to leave it onto the cookie while it's still wet. Leave it to dry and then peel it off. Again, that's part of something I'm going to test in the next few weeks, because we did it with Christmas jumpers. So leading up to Christmas, I did a few Christmas jumpers with the transfer sheet on the cookie method. That did work. It's a little bit tricky, but it's not unachievable. And I think once you get going and your chocolate's all, you know, in the right place, then it's fine. Oh yes, don't forget to like and share. That's the one thing I always forget. Now I'm going to hopefully make sure this is moving, because I need to make sure I can cut this through. So when you get cookie cutters, number one thing is don't just press them down and pick them up, because you get them what cake decorators call hairy edges. So when you put this down like so, if you press down like so, and then just give it a little wiggle like so, that should cut a nice clean cut for you. There you go, that's not too bad. And we'll move that out of the way. We'll do, now I've got a list here, because the minute I go live, I immediately forget everything. So I'm actually going to dye this another colour. So this is going to be dyed green. Now, what did I do with the green? There it is. So I have all these great plans, you see, and then when I start, I think, what am I doing? What am I doing? We're going to use Colour Splash Leaf, which is one of my favourite colours, I have to say. It's absolutely lovely, this colour. And we're going to dye some of this. It's all covered in buttercream, but that's just normal for me. There we go. And we're just going to put a little bit in there. I don't want it to be too strong. I just want a sort of pale colour. So you can do whatever colour you like. Now, what I then went and did, because I couldn't help myself, is I went off onto Google and I put in coffee cups, reusable coffee cups. Oh my goodness, there's so many on there. They're so pretty. There's leopard print, zebra print, all sorts of things, just so many. So this has just got massive potential to do whatever you like, really. I think it was a great find. And you wait to see these little stickers I've got coming up as well. You'll love this. I know I got a bit carried away. So that's kneaded in almost. Keep going. Nearly there. And then we'll cut out a green one. Hairy edges. You talk about the hairy edges now. You won't get them if you do. If you cut it out like I've just shown you, you'll be fine. Okay, so let's roll this out, and we'll go for a couple of green ones, I think, today. Oh, actually, we could go for a pink one as well, couldn't we? I've got some pink, I can see. Let's do a green, a white, and a pink. How about that? I don't know why I bother to write notes, because it's all just gone out the window. Oh, right. There you go. Nikki's just hit the nail on the head there. Bees. You could paint bees on these. It would look lovely. Absolutely lovely. Right, so that's that bit. Where's my cutter gone? There it is. Okay, so let's do this again. So press it down, give it a little wiggle. There we go. Right, let's pop that there. I need to get these on the cookies because I know exactly what I'll do. I'll probably just put my rolling pin straight over the top of it. Right, let's do a pink one as well. So we'll get that out of the way. I'll have a set of lovely cookies. How about that? Okay, so just remember, you can do this in royal icing, you can do this in sugar paste, you can do this in cocoa form or chocolate paste. Yes, you can do it with chocolate transfers, but I'm not doing that this morning because I haven't geared myself up for that. I've geared myself up to show you sugar paste today, so I'll start with that and then we can go from there, can't we? One step at a time. I'm going to show you some lovely flower ones I've done as well, using some of the techniques from the new Floral course, and I think you'll love it. Well, I know you will because I love it. Right, roses. Yeah, now any of you that have bought the Floral Heart course, the Floral Wreath course, which is one of my courses on my school, you can paint this with little roses. That's another really good one as well. Now, also the ones that are on the Floral Heart course, if you've been watching, if you go back to Floral Heart, you'll find there's a live video on there already showing you how to do that because I've already done it. So anyone who's on that course, and it is a £5 that course, it's really cheap. Get yourself over there and go and have a look because there's a new video on there you've probably not realised yet, showing you how to paint the little roses onto here. So there you go, there's another option there for you. Okay, so we're going to stick these onto my cookies. Now what we're going to do here, I'm going to use royal icing today, so I'm going to put in a little bit of whipping it up into some water, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to, hold on, let me get some out. So with whipping it up, or any royal icing of any description, you can use piping gel, but I'm going to use whipping it up today because that's what I've got. And then all I'm going to do is just mix in a little bit of water, like so. So it just gets to be a bit of a sort of sticky paste, and that's what I'm going to use to stick the sugar paste on. But I don't want it to be really lumpy and horrid, so I just want it to be just a little bit sticky, and then we'll just pop that on there like so. We'll paint that on. These, Kelly's made these. Kelly's in the kitchen at the moment making things for me. Well, I've overpainted it a little bit, but that's okay, it doesn't matter. There we go. And I can push that out a little bit. Okay, so let's get that on first. So let's do another one. They also look like a dustbin. There you go. You could put a little sticker on it saying, haven't been out, or my bins have been out more than me, isn't it? During lockdown, I saw a few birthday cards with that on. I sent one of those to my uncle. All right, let's put this one on. So I'll put the green one on, or the pale green one. There we go, like so. Pop that there. So either royal icing or piping gel, it's up to you. Yeah, or any of the, this one is one of the whipping it ups. I can't remember which one it is. It smells like it might be the coconut one, because I made it up a couple of days ago. So again, I've just got it stored in a container, and I can just bring this out when I need it. There you go. Look, it makes a great glue. You can't beat royal icing glue. It's the best. There we go. And then obviously it tastes nice as well because it's got flavouring in it. So, right, are we on? Yes, we are. Okay, so they're all the same size. This one's just spread a little bit further in the oven, but that's okay. The cutter's on my website. Yeah, it's under Cookie Cutters, new products. It's under there. So if you want to go and have a look at it, you'll see it under there. I've also put together a little cookie kit. And what I've done with that, oh lovely, someone's just put the link up. I've put a little cookie kit together, which includes the cutter. What else did I put in it? Some cocoa butter, a paintbrush. What else was in there? Someone, Nikki will find a link for me. There's a kit, Nikki, help me. It's there somewhere. Right, now, because I only did it about half an hour ago, so that's why I've forgotten already. I'm terrible. I've got really bad short-term memory. By the time I've repeated it about 10 times, I'll be fine. So next thing you're going to need to do is mark out the lid. So we're going to use the plastic side scraper for this, and all you're going to do is just take it, put it down, and just kind of rock it there. If you haven't quite caught it, just go back across it like that, and then we'll do this again. And we'll just rock like so. There you go. It's better than a knife. It gives you a better line, I think. It doesn't cut right through unless you press it too hard. So, and it's safer as well. So if you're doing this with kids or anything, then I love these plastic side scrapers. I'm always going on about them because there's so much you can do with them. I used to have a lady come in who was in the army, and she reckoned I could write 100 things to do with plastic side scrapers and sell them to the army. Because I can find just about anything to do with these. I'm not joking. Right. Okay, and we'll go across this one as well. And then we will do that. There we go. Oh, I know what's in the kit, my new little stickers. That's what's in there as well. And also I've got this lovely colour, this royal gold colour, which is stunning, which looks really nice on the lids, because again, once I did all my research, I started to find that this kind of goldy colour was on a lot of them. So I've got that as well. Now, if you're doing these at home and you then want to think, right, okay, what am I going to do with them? What am I going to paint with them? And you're going to do any embossing of any description, you need to do it now before it sets. The sugar paste, I mean, it will last anyway, but you do need to do it as soon as you can. Now what I'm going to do with this one, so this tiny little one here, now this is one of the Patchwork Cutters. It's a tiny little thing. You can also get, let me just get another one here. Yeah, you've got one here like that, which is a PME one. This one is Patchwork Cutters. I'm going to use that one, I think, because it's just a little bit smaller for what I had in mind. And all I'm going to do is just take it. I'm just going to press it. If you're ever unsure about how hard to press down on anything like this, just have a go on a piece of sugar paste. Just roll out a bit of sugar paste and press it down, see what it feels like. What does this feel like? And then you'll get an idea about how hard you need to press down with some of these things. So let's put a few little flowers on here. Now I'm going to leave a gap. Oops, I've overpressed that one, never mind, that's okay. And we'll put another one about there. Actually, we'll do this one. Should we do flowers all over this one? Yeah, let's do flowers all over this one. And then we can do the other options. The other one, there we go. Like something like that. There we go. All right, so that's that one done, so we can get that one painted. So it's easy. You're not trying to make this up. This one I've hand painted. Now there is a difference between this one and this one in the fact that I've just done lots and lots of little circles to make these flowers. But if you're not confident with painting and you don't want to do this, this is a good alternative to trying to do it freehand, basically. So that's what I'm trying to do, is show you both. Right, let me get the other one out. So this one we're doing, we're painting that one freehand, so we'll leave that one alone. And then this one here, what we'll do, where's my thing on? There it is. Right, hold on, just measure what we're going with this. So we're going to put that there. So I'm just measuring something out. Right, so with this one here, what we're going to do is we're going to put this half on, half off the edge about there. So we're just going to have one big statement flower on the edge of this one. Like that. See, that looks cool. Happy with that? There we go. All right, so we've got one plain one that's going to be hand painted with, we'll do the leaves. I'll show you how to do the leaves. Then we've got this one here, the big fantasy flower, and then the little ones here. And then we'll put them all together and then show you the magic at the end. Right, now let's move that over there a little bit. And in comes the cocoa butter thing that we're going to be using. So this is my lovely chrome food warmer, which you can get on Amazon. Carol and I don't sell it. If you go to Amazon, you'll find them on there. They're about £10, £5 to £10. You don't necessarily need one. If you prefer to use boiling water in a glass jar, that's okay too. But what we need is a heat source. Tracy also needs matches that are prepared to cooperate when she goes live. There we go. I know I need to get one of those clicky things, don't I? Honestly, I think I'm just so used to matches, I just don't even think about it until I go live, and then I think, I must get one. I mean, I found my Pritt stick this week, so I'm making progress. Right, okay. Let's get that on there. So this is going to become hot. This is a metal paint palette. What we're trying to do with this is generate some heat so that the cocoa butter that we're going to be using is going to melt, and then we can mix that with dusting colours, and then that will give us our paint. So I'm just going to put a few little buttons in there and you'll see it melt quite quickly. There we go, leave that on there, we don't need that much. Now, the colour that I like for the lid is called Royal Gold. I think that's in the kit as well, that's what I'm thinking. So Royal Gold is a very, very nice colour for the top of the lids of these. So I'm going to pop that in there. So there we go, there, that's what I put in the kit. You know, I couldn't think for a minute. Royal Gold's in there. Okay, and then we're going to use, what should we use for the leaves? We'll use Woodland Green, because that's another super duper colour. I do like Woodland Green. I go through tons of it. I love it. Lovely colour. And we're going to have white. I'm getting short on white. I'm waiting for my delivery to come in. We're going down and down in white. And anyone who's thinking of doing the floral painting course, you're going to need a lot of white. In fact, you're going to need a lot of dusting colours, because I'm finding that it's really taking up a lot of the colour. Woodland Green, and then I'm going to use blush pink, which I thought was rose that I picked up, but I didn't. I picked up blush pink, but that's okay, we'll use that. It's fine, doesn't really matter. There we go. And then you can see there already that's starting to melt. Now, paintbrush wise, I have got paintbrushes with numbers on. Now, the reason I've got them with numbers on is because it helps me to teach online. So mine have got numbers on them there. So this is paintbrush 1 and 0. And those are the two brushes that I've got today. They go, we have got 00, which is a smaller version of this one, number 2 and number 3. And then we've got a couple of other specialised ones that I'm using in my flower course. There's an angular one and a one called a flat 2, which is something else that we use. So if you get further down the line with painting, then you can have a look at those. And I give you lots of reasons for people to be basically using lots of the brushes in lots of different ways. We don't just stick to using one way, we do other ways as well. Now, I've been painting this morning as ever, so I'm just going to clean my brush. So in between, you can just literally take hold, put your brush into the cocoa butter, and you can kind of twist it. Well, I'm not going to clean it too much actually, because it's got blush pink in there, so I might as well start with that one. Okay, let's turn that round and we'll start mixing. So let's start with blush pink by default. So I'm going to take hold of my paintbrush. Which one have I got? Number 1. Grab some of the blush pink. Now I'm actually going to lighten it up a bit, so we're going to put some white in there. This Royal Gold is edible. This is Sugar Flare, and it is edible. There are some brands out there that are not edible, but this one says the word edible on it. So this is definitely an edible one, and it's by Sugar Flare, okay? But yeah, you have to be a little bit careful with some of the food colourings because they can be not edible. And then you find out that they're not edible. Okay, when you've bought a load, that's what normally happens. So let's paint this flower. I'm not going to do it drastically different to the colour that I've got down there already. I don't want it to sort of stand out too much. I want it to be slightly subtle. I'm going to show you, oh, Donna's just made a comment there. I'm going to show you what I've done with the angled brush in a minute on the cookies, because I've got a few more next to me. And I'm going to show you part of the course that's that you can use the things on. Because what I'm aiming for is the ones that are doing the beginners floral painting, you're going to get access to some cookie painting as well, flowers on this particular cutter, because it is just so lovely and there's a huge amount of potential for it. So that's what's going to go on. So you can see the paint goes on quite well. You see the coverage is really good. So you're not going to be having the see-through to the sugar paste. You're going to be just covering it like that as is. I've just read your comment about brushes, Mo, and the answer to that at the moment is I'm not sure, and I'll tell you why. Is because paintbrushes are now becoming my new headache, because they are made in Ireland and I'm really struggling to get them, and I'm going to have to send you to go and get them at one point, I think. I mean, they really are. They're a pain. They're coming from Southern Ireland and they're stuck again. This is the 3rd time now, and every time I order more and more and more, and I'm still not getting them here. It is a nightmare. But anyway, I'm working on it. Let's put it another way. I'm working on it. But I'll try and do something, yeah. What I've got though is, because I introduced the fan brush quite a while ago, quite a lot of you have already got that. Then I introduced flat 2, and quite a few of you have got that as well. Now I'm introducing an angular brush, so I have kept them all separate, but I will put them together. The flower course I'm going to talk about at the weekend, so I'm going to do a live on the weekend on the flower course, but the course material, and I need to be really clear with this, is not going to be available until the 17th of April. So you'll get enrolled, but you'll find that there will be nothing there, and then it will all go live on the 17th of April, because I've filmed, it's all filmed, but I'm not finished yet, so I need to go back and finish it. So there's more to do, so you'll have to bear with me on that one. Let's do I was going to do a daisy actually, but I realised I've left the primrose on the other side of the room, but I think I might just run over and grab it. Let's do the white first. We're going to switch over. Just going to clean my brush up here, make sure I get all that pink out and leave that to dry. In between painting you can kind of move things around. Yes, my paintbrushes are still stuck in Southern Ireland. It's becoming annoying now. I mean, it's weeks and weeks and weeks. I had a little flurry. Of course, I had a flurry of paintbrushes 2 and 3, and now I'm run out of number 1 again. So it's just painful. But I'm going to ring them up when I've finished today and find out what's going on. And see if he did say to me Wednesday or Thursday. So we're Thursday today, so maybe by some miracle. I have got something coming on DHL today, so maybe it'll be on there. That would be good, wouldn't it? Right, okay, so let's paint these white. So we'll just do these a little subtle white flower. We'll try and turn these into daisies, shall we? That would be good. Somebody's just made a comment about, did you make a comment about the Royal Gold from Edible Art? If you go to Edible Art's website, and when you go in there, you should be able to tell. Because they've got sections labelled now. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice now. And you should be able to tell by the colour of the lid. And if you haven't got the colour of the lid, then the colour should be there. Or just pick the phone up and ring them and just ask the question, because they're very helpful. So if you are unsure, just give them a ring and they'll sort you out. There you go, look, little daisies. So they're quite subtle. We don't want them to be too over the top here. And we'll do that there. And then I'll do a run across the room in a minute to get my primrose, which you see Kelly's painting on the other side of the room. She's not in at the moment, she's out. But Kelly is painting and she's nipped all my colours, a little devil. So when I lean across to get what I want out of my box, I can now see it on the other side of the room. So I'm going to have to run over and grab it in a second. But you can see that colour coming out there. Thing is, with white, sometimes you need to do 2 layers to get it to really show up. So if you want to do these as kind of like little daisies, or if you had a slightly darker background, that would look nice too. I'm trying to be subtle here, you know, because I'm a bit of a monkey for doing everything sort of quite bright. Talking of which, next week's cake is going to be very bright. So I'm hoping to do something mega bright next Tuesday. Well, that's the plan anyway. We'll see how we go. No, Thursday actually. I'm going to do it Thursday because I need to do this cake later in the week. So I'm going to do a cake next Thursday. I hope anyway. I'm not going to make promises because I might change my mind, you see. We'll see how we go. All right. Okay. There we go. See, that's quite straightforward, isn't it? Nothing too difficult there. And again, these will dry quite quickly, so we'll kind of leave that for the moment. Again, we'll come back to it. I might actually just paint the middles. I'll tell you why, because then when I put the yellow on top, it will then stand out straight away. I'm losing my voice. There's too much talking. There we go. Okay, right, let's leave that for the minute. Let's not make it too complicated. This is dry now already. It doesn't take very long for it not to dry. And what we'll do is we will grab some darker colour. So we'll go back to our pink and we'll up the colour a little bit. What paintbrush is that? Number 1. Hoping to find paintbrush 3, but I haven't got it here, so okay, Kelly's probably had it again. I'm going to blame her for everything while she's not here. And then what we can do is add a bit of contrast to this, so we can start in the middle here and we can just pull out a little bit of colour. And just make that a little bit different. There we go. So just start from the centre and just go out. You're going to be rummaging now for your patchwork cutters to see what you've got and what you can emboss or hand paint. That's the other thing with the beginner's floral course as well, everybody. I'm afraid there are no templates. It's all freehand, but you're going to be fine. because you're going to be following the instructions and you're not going to worry about it. It's going to be absolutely fine. There you go. See, that looks quite cool. Happy with that? All right. Now what we'll do here is I'll just clean my brush up again. Let's get that pink out. You can have several sets of brushes. To be honest, I've just got, well, I have got a couple of sets. I'd be lying if I hadn't. But when I'm live or when I'm painting even projects, I go between them like left, right and centre. The reason I've got 2 or 3 sets is because normally I've put it down somewhere and I can't find it. And it starts to annoy me, so I have to go and get another brush. But it's not too bad. Right, we'll do a white middle on this one. I'll just kind of dab that in. So I don't want to upset the pink too much. So let's go round like so. We dab it in to start with, and then we can flat paint it a bit. What we don't want is it to be all streaky and horrid. That's what we're trying to avoid here. There we go. That's quite like, I quite like that kind of look anyway. It's quite sort of clean and modern, isn't it? That's my kind of thing. Poor Kelly. She keeps pinching all my equipment. Let's keep an eye on her now. She's baking at the moment, that's what she's doing. She's on cupcake patrol today. Okay, so that's that. Now I think what we'll do for this one is we'll do a white lid. Let's do a white lid on this one, just because we can. So I'm still using paintbrush 1. I mean, you can switch to paintbrush 2 if you want to, and just to get it done a bit quicker, but I mean, the brush is here. I'm not going to worry too much about that. And we'll just go across here and just paint that white, maybe. Paint one white. Bit of contrast on the lid. So because this is a matte colour, it will look initially a little bit streaky, but by the time you've gone over it a couple of times, it will settle down. The lusters paint on usually really well. So I know Carol's got some Wonder Dusts or something, hasn't she? So I'm sure with cocoa butter they probably paint really well on anything like this. I'll have to try them. I've got some somewhere to try. I'll get them out and give them a go. And we'll see how we go with that. So there you go. Look, you can just do a different contrast. You don't have to do even the top half. You can just do the bottom half. I'm just pushing my paintbrush into the gap. Like so. Am I still on camera? Do you know, I never look up. I must remember to look up, so I haven't got Kelly on comments, you see, so I get very carried away doing all these things and then realise. There we go. Okay, let's turn that round. I'm just going to go down the other side of this just to make sure I've got it all. I mean, I could paint that top bit, but I'm not going to because I actually quite like the pink, white, pink look on this, so I think we'll just leave that as is. I think otherwise it will get a bit overdone. See, we're designing for coffee shops now. I mean, you could, if you wanted to, cut this piece out as a separate piece of white sugar paste just by using your cookie cutters. So you would roll out a piece of white, cut it out, cut across there, and then stick it on. So if you don't want to paint it, you can do that. It's not a problem, okay? So if you don't want to do all this painting lark, then you can do that as well. But I don't know, it creates quite a nice effect, I think. Look at that. Shiny, shiny. Okay. Right. Now, before we abandon this one, let's just go back, keep the white on here at the minute. And I think what we'll do is we'll do some little dots, like sort of gypsophilia type dots, because I do like that. And we'll just pop some of these on as well. I know there's a big gap, but it will make sense in a minute when I show you what we're going to do with that, so don't worry. But if you wanted to fill it all in, you could always put another one over there, couldn't you? Let's just get this a little bit thicker because it's starting to get a bit thin. I find anything like this you add dots to, you suddenly get a much finer effect. That's like bubbles in the cup as well, doesn't it? Like bubble tea or something. And again, you don't have to do loads, you can just do some in the, you can tighten them up a little bit in the bottom area and then just sort of let them do a few less as you go up, like that. That's fun. I'm sure Kelly will approve. I'll check when I've done this, you see. A couple in there as well. There we go. Look at that. I'm going to lift that up so you can see that because it's quite difficult to see on camera, but look at that. Can you see? There you go. That's fun, isn't it? Oh, that's changed it all a little bit. Much more sort of subtle and pretty. I like that. That's good. Okay. It always sounds like an adventure when I'm on here. It sounds like I've really got myself organised and done this in advance. That is not happening. Right, let me get my yellow because Kelly's pinched that. Well, I can't find the primrose, so we're going for lemon yellow, which is also a nice colour actually. So let's try lemon yellow. Let's put that in there. Going back to the flower courses again, I'm just going to keep going on about it. I'm just going to mention it again. With the flower course, there is only 3 colours that do not belong to the beginner's cocoa butter painting kit that I've got. So I've put the 3 together to try and help people with what they're doing with this, because it's only 3 extra colours, which is quite good actually. I managed to control myself for once. There you go, look at that. I love that. It's going to get better though. Right, let's go to this one here. Let's grab now. I've got my zero brush, I hope. Yes, I have. Zero brush and this little bit of lemon colour. Let's see if we can do some daisies, like a daisy chain or something. And I'll put some, I will add a bit of white to it as well because it's a little bit strong. I find with these colours, they're all very strong. And white is crucial. This is why we go through so much white. When I order my colours in, the amount of white I order versus every other colour is unbelievable because everybody just uses it over and over again. There we go, look at that. And we're not having to learn how to draw, or we're not learning anything like that. All we're doing is holding a paintbrush and we're just painting by numbers. I'm just going to paint that like that. Really easy. It's not difficult to do. There you go. That's coming up pretty, isn't it? But we'll put some leaves on it as well because I think everything looks better with leaves somehow. So we'll switch back to brush 1. Have I got brush 1? Yes, I have. What have I got on there? White. Oh, goody. Right, so let's grab some Woodland Green, which again is always going to be too dark. But because I've got white on my brush, that will just knock it back a bit so it's not so strong. And you buy large tubs of white. I'm looking at it at the moment. The problem with dusting colours, I find that they're either small or huge. There's nothing in between, and it is quite annoying actually. They kind of need to put a size in the middle. But I'm looking at it to see what I can find. But the white's the one that you go through the most of for sure. Right, let's try that colour. I always find as well on my paint palette, what looks like really dark, light, then you go onto here and it suddenly comes up really dark and it's like, oh, that's a bit of a shock. So let's just put a couple of little leaves behind this, shall we? See what I mean? That's come up quite dark. So let's put in a bit of extra white, or nip a bit from there. And we'll just put in a few leaves. Just a few. We don't need to go wild with this. We'll just tuck a few in here and there. Maybe even spring green would be a good one with this rather than woodland. Try that. It's just a bit of fun, isn't it? And actually, if anyone's thinking of doing these to sell, they're very quick. I know I'm making a bit of a fuss of 3, but then I've got time, haven't I? But if you wanted to do these really quickly, you would roll all your sugar paste out, and then you would literally just press all your flowers in and then paint them en masse. So you do all the white, all the yellow, all the green, and you'd soon knock them out very quickly. And then you can let them all dry and you can put them in some fabulous packaging, can't you, of some description. And then take them out. We'll put one on that one. And we'll put another little one up there. And another one there. And so just a little leaf shape. I think it's only a little bit of freehand. I think we can do that, can't we? It's not too hard. It's just a little leaf shape. If you've got the right size brush, you're not going to struggle. You'll only struggle if you've got great big chunky brushes, and and you can practice as well, And if this goes wrong, which is, you can see my cookies had got a little bit of things going on. What I'd done is I'd already done a load of practice on these and gone, yep, like that one, and I'd taken it off so that I could then do it live. And so if you don't like what you've done, just get a palette knife and take the sugar paste off and have another go. You know, you've got nothing to lose by just going straight onto the cookie itself, or you give it to someone to eat, you know. But yeah, the cookie is on my website. There is a section on my website. If you go to cake supplies, you'll find it under cookie cutters. There's a whole host of them in there because I'm starting to get a bit carried away on the design front with cookies. Okay, so there we go. Actually, we will put one more leaf in here. There we go, like so. So there you go. It's quite a nice, pretty one there, isn't it? And again, we could do the white, couldn't we? Let's clean my brush up. This is my 0 brush. So let's get that out there. Have a go at making cookies. In the little cookie kit that I've put together, I have included our recipe card. So that's what's in there as well, she says. Just got to try and remember. The recipe card's in there as well for our famous cookies. It's Kelly's recipe, so I can't take any of the glory for that one. Kelly is my baker. She's so good. I'm afraid my skills are in decorating, not baking. I'm not a massive fan of baking because I'm not very good at it. I think that's the thing. I could do cupcakes, but Kelly makes fabulous cakes. I've left her at home making more cakes as we speak. And she's very, very good. And cookies as well. It's her recipe. So, yeah, we've got that recipe for you as well in the cookie kit. There's, what did I call it? Something like coffee decorating kit or something. Something along those lines. Yeah, unfortunately it does taste nice. This is the problem, isn't it? Because I can't leave them alone either. It's terrible. Oh, Gillian's on. Gillian's my cookie queen. She's done loads of cookies. She's embraced it in a big way. Well, you're going to love this. I'm just putting a few dots on there because I'm obsessed with them. I just like the way they look. Yeah, she's done lots of cookies. Well, you all have done lots of cookies. There we go. Look at that. See? Even more pretty. You can't really see it on camera. Let me just tip that a little bit. There you go. But if you don't have the Patchwork Cutters, the PME cutter is just as pretty. And I think they're in about 4 sizes, so you can always use that. And there's another one as well, isn't there? Like a little blossom one. Let me have a little look what's in my pot next to me. Is that 2 the same size? Yeah, there's some little blossom cutters as well. They're quite sweet as well. Now let's do something with the lid with this. So what we're going to do, we're going to turn that one round. I'm going to put that one out of the way for a minute. Let's have a look at the royal gold colour. What brush have I got here? Number 1, that's fine. Let's see, make sure we haven't got any funny colours in there, because nothing would surprise me with me. So let's just clean that out, make sure it's all lovely. Yeah, Gillian, you're my cookie queen. She's very good at them. She's enjoyed them, haven't you? Right, let's turn that round. There we go, there's royal gold. And we're going to dip that in there. We're going to grab some of this colour. Now, Luster Colours have this marvellous habit of grabbing the cocoa butter. So you do tend to use more than you would do with the matte colours. Well, that's what I found anyway. So, and then what we'll do is we'll paint the lid of this. So I started to get a little bit obsessed with looking at the cookie cups, looking at coffee cups online. If you go online and put in reusable coffee cups, oh my goodness, there was loads coming up. I thought, this is amazing. I've got to do this. It's just got me written all over it, all this kind of thing. There you go. It's all straightforward. Bit of fun, isn't it? Put that lid on there. Again, you can do both lids, or you can, you know, leave it as is. You don't have to do both. Can you make the roses like in the picture of... Oh, now for that one, the one that's on the picture is in the Floral Heart painting course. So what I did, that was actually a live that I did for that particular group. So the roses for that are on that class, which is called Floral Heart Wreath. It's £5 for that class on the Tracey Mann Cake School website. I'm sure my PA Nikki will find you a link in a minute. And that one is, I've painted it live on there, so anyone who's on that one will see how that's done. There we go. How's that going? Yes, we'll leave that. Should we go green? Should we go the whole hog here? Yes, I think we will on this one. Let's paint the whole thing. across here as well, so you know you get that complete cookie lid, also cookie lid, coffee lid. Cookies, coffees, hot chocolates, teas. I've been in a right muddle all week. Well, at least I've had a theme this week, and do you know what? I was totally unplanned. I did not even realise I'd created a theme for myself this week. But Tuesday night we did a cup of tea for my friend. There we go. See? And actually, I'll tell you why this colour works so well is because the biscuit colour is very similar, and I think it's lovely. It's a really nice colour. I'm going to pick that up so you can see it. So I think that goes really well with that. Again, lots of the only other thing you have to watch out for is just go down the back here. So if you've got if you then pick your cookie up, just make sure you've done these bits down here as well. Otherwise, it's only when you package it up and you think, oh no, I forgot to do that bit, that it'll probably irritate you. So just don't forget it. It's like when you paint on canvas. I do sort of quite a lot of canvas painting. I'm so concerned about the front side, I forget to paint the sides. There we go. Okay, so that's quite pretty, and in fact you could even follow that through with the gold, and you could even put a few little gold embellishments on here as well. Look, oh yeah, look at that. That's picking that up then, you see. You don't need to put very many, just literally a few, but what it's doing is picking up the colour on the top and taking it, matching it down. That is nice actually, look at that. I'm getting carried away now. No one's got anything to do this afternoon, have they? Actually, I have. I do need to go. I'm actually going to my friend's whose birthday it was. Well, her birthday was actually yesterday. I gave her a cake yesterday. My friend is one of these people who loves to do crafts, and you know, normally I'd go straight to Hobbycraft and buy her a load of Hobbycraft stuff for her birthday. I do make her a cake every so often, but I did make her a cake this time. Yeah, look at that. You see, I think I need to go into cup design. I think I can feel myself being on Dragon's Den or something. You know, we'd all be walking around with these flash coffee cups. Look at that. That looks fabulous. I'm going to just tip that there. You don't need to put loads of sugar paste on. You know, it's not a particularly thick layer. If I turn it to the side there, look, you've got way more cookie than you've got sugar paste. But for anyone who wants to do royal icing, so my royal icing group, you can certainly do this in royal icing, and I will do it in royal icing for you at some point so that you can see how it works. But you're just painting straight onto royal icing, it's fine. Look, there we go, we've got two now. Let's move that one over there, like so. Now let's have a go at doing the leaf one. So now I'm going to just paint the top first. So I'm going to get my gold while I've still got it on here and paint this one completely. So we'll go for sort of a bit more, less florally design, maybe sort of... so it's freehand, this one, so we've got no previous pattern on it, but I'm just going to show you just how simple it can be, and you don't need to overthink it, just have a go. Also cake toppers, so I've got quite a lot of cake toppers as well. They're really good for putting on these cups. Like you can cut out the little rabbit or stick that on. I'm just trying to see if I've got one floating around I can show you. That's a birthday one, that's quite big. But yeah, there's like ones with little animals and things on them. They would look quite sweet. Another thing I found, which I found in a bag somewhere, as usual with me, little tiny teddies, you know, like the little patchwork teddy cutters. What did I do with it? Hold on, let's see if I've found it now. Hold on. And also these I thought might be quite good for these coffee cups. Little mini butterflies. Look at that little teddy there. You could put a little teddy there in the corner or up the top, and then you could convert that into a child's one if you wanted to. So you've got, again, that one presses in quite nicely. So any of those, I bet anyone who used to have patchwork cutters and has got rid of them is regretting it now, because I keep finding things to do with them. And they are so nice. And also there's a little bow as well, so you could always do a little bow, maybe something along those lines. Anyway, let's get back to what we're doing. We're getting sidetracked now. So there's masses of potential. I think I'm going to be doing a few more lives, doing a bit more coffee cup painting over the next few weeks. I'll probably just log in here and there and just do another design. I wanted to try and do a lot this morning so you could have a look, see what's possible. So we'll paint that gold on the top both sides. You can paint it black as well. Black is okay. Black is another colour. I also found brown was another colour for the top. Silver is a good one. So get your Wonder Dusts out. So, oh no, there isn't silver in that one, isn't there? But you can get a silver dust. Have we got silver sparkle or something? You could do that. That would look nice. There you go. So there's another one there. Right, let's do a freehand one now. So we've got paintbrush 1 on the go. Let's take this into cats. Yeah, there's a cat one. Oh, I do love cats. Don't start me on my cat. My cat's on Instagram quite a bit. I've got 2 cats actually, but one of them is quite terrifying. The other one is a big softie, so he appears more than the other one. Right, so we're going to Woodland Green. I'm going to do a nice sort of hanging leaf pattern. Let's do that. So got some Woodland Green. I am putting some white into it. I don't want it to be like neat Woodland Green. Yeah, just think what you can do with these for Christmas. If anyone does like, oh, treat boxes and all this sort of thing as well, they're really nice to do. So what we'll do is we'll just take our paintbrush and we'll just bring it down, give it a little wiggle, and then we'll do another one here and we'll bring it down a little bit further. Oh, we could cut it a bit shorter maybe, and then we'll bring another one down a tiny bit further. And then this one again. How many did I do on that other one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. About there, something like that. Maybe we'll do a shorter one here. Right. If I got a delivery coming in, it looks like it. That's so joy of live TV. Oh, please let it be the paintbrushes. Well, that would be a miracle, wouldn't it? Right, so I'm going to turn this upside down. So this is upside down to me and to you. And I'm going to just take my leaves and I'm just going to paint a little leaf shape. So we're going to do like a little sort of hanging, because lots of these containers I noticed are quite kind of shouting eco-friendly and stuff. So there were lots of flowery type ones, but also, you know, now I've set these a little bit back from the stem so that I can then join them up. That just makes them look a little bit neater, I think. Like so. He's going to start crashing on my door any minute now, Mr. Delivery Driver. I'm going to have to go and sort him out. Hold on. Or maybe he will use the delivery area that we've got. That would be good. All right, now we'll join these stems up, like so. There you go. See, that comes together quite well. And then we'll do the next one. So this is paintbrush, what have I got here? Number 1. And you can use whatever brush you like. I quite like this one. And we'll just go up there. Like so. So these are just kind of, if you turn them upside down like I'm doing, it's suddenly less distracting than having it round the right way. And I'm making sure my leaves are all hanging down. So when I turn it the other way, it's going to look, I've got to join those up, like vines. I think that's the word I'm looking for, isn't it? It's going to look like sort of hanging vines going on. But it's quite a simple design. It doesn't need to be complicated for it to be effective, you see. And not everyone wants a great big flowery biscuit. You know, it's quite nice to have some more sort of subtle ones, I guess. And, oh, we've got Father's Day coming up, haven't we? I need to start thinking about those. I have to do some designs for Father's Day. I'll get Callie baking again and we'll get some more on the go. And, you know, if you don't like painting, you can always cut out sugar paste and stick some shapes on as well. There we go, nearly there. Right, let's just join those up. Last, well no, nearly the last one. Cocoa butter, for those of you that aren't aware, normally takes about, what's realistic, 1 to 2 minutes to dry. In the summer it gets a little bit more difficult to dry because it doesn't like heat particularly, so obviously because you're using heat to melt it. So just be a little bit careful, just kind of respect it and it will be fine. Just look after it, you won't have any problems. Just don't try and paint anything in the middle of the afternoon in the summer. I would go outside and enjoy the sunshine instead, and then come back in and have a go. All right, then we'll do, let's join those up. We'll do this last one. So if you wanted to, you could put sort of like little red berries and things amongst all of this if you wanted to. I could go back now and I could get my darker colour, so neat woodland green, and I can go over this if I wanted to add a little bit of shading in here and there. So I could put in a sort of line down some of the green leaves if that was appropriate, so that they're not all the same. Something like that. Just note that I'm doing this very randomly. I'm not doing anything particularly scientific with this. It's just as is. There we go. It just stops making it flat. And then when you turn it back round that way, then you've got this kind of really lovely, just kind of, I'm trying to think of the word, like, I don't know, it's like an eco-friendly cup, isn't it? I just really like that look of that one. It was very appealing to me, so I put that in there like that. So those are the 3 that I've got painted, but I'm going to show you now. Let me just move that out of the way. If you wanted, I will show you the little dots actually, if you wanted to put little pink or red dots amongst it. Depends, as I say, if you want to keep it sort of, so you could just take some little, and just put some little groups of pink dots. I'll do this because I've got another one that's plainer, so I haven't sort of stitched myself up here and ended up with an extra one. See, that's very pretty too. So look at that. That looks very nice, doesn't it? Yeah, there we go. So little groups of 2s and 3s, single ones as well. There, you see, so you can do anything you like. I think this has just got so much potential. I think there is a lot we can do with this, so that is what I intend to do over the next few weeks. Right, okay, so those are the ones that we've got so far. Now, I did this one yesterday, which I showed you at the start. Now, I've also did, and that's another plain vine one. Now, this one is part of my new course. So this is Hydrangea, and I did this in, I'm not joking, in under about 15 seconds. It's so quick and it's so effective. And I did one in purple and I did one in pink. So any of the people that are on the Royal Icing, not Royal Icing, Floral, Beginners Floral, I'll be doing these on there as well. And again, literally all I need to do is just paint those tops on there. But look how cool they are. They are just fabulous. I love this. Really, really pretty and very, very quick to do. And again, you can just paint the topper according to what you want to do. If you want to do it black or gold or any of those, that you can. Now, I left 2 gaps, didn't I? Specifically on these 2 here, and that is because I need to get out more. I've invented something else now. You know when you go into a coffee shop and you get people writing on the coffee cups, and I thought, do you know what? I like that. That's really cool. So what I've done is I've now got these available. They're going to laugh at me. Have a nice day. Look at that. So I've left a little gap on 1 or 2 of them, not all of them. So they are sugar discs. There's 15 in a pack. You know what I mean now when you look at these and you think, oh yeah, when you go into a coffee shop and that someone's written on your cup. So I'm just going to put a little bit of water just on here. I have to be careful I don't touch the writing on the other side. Then I'm going to turn that over and I'm going to put that at an angle like that. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Have a nice day. I know, this is for my own entertainment, you see, really. This is what's going on here. So if you're clever and you want to leave a bit of a gap, you can actually make, add these as well. I mean, obviously some I haven't because there's not enough space, but I did it on this one as well. So I left it for 2 really on this time. You get 15 on a sheet. I know, honestly. Right, let's put this on. So we'll go round here. Have a nice day. You know what it is when you get one from a coffee shop? That's what I was thinking, you see. So put another one up there, look. Just press it down. Like that. Oh my goodness, aren't they fun? Oh, I just love it. Now, the only thing I will say with these, if you put them over the top of something, so if you put them over the top of, say, this one, you can actually see through it. So you can see the orange is coming through there. So I think if you're going to do this at all, say for this design, you would need to put this on first, then paint round it. So don't do your painting and then do it the other way. Does that make sense? So I'm going to use the disc, I'm going to put that onto my cookie, and then I'm going to paint my orange flowers around it. Plus, why on earth would you paint extra ones anyway? It's a total waste of time. So again, if you wanted to put them on any of these, it's just for my own entertainment. I'm sorry. It just made me laugh when I saw it. I thought, you know, I love this. This is so much fun. So if you wanted to do little messages on there, or have a nice day is the one I've put on there, then think about your spacing with your design as well. But hey, they look cool, I think. They're a bit fun, aren't they? They're meant to be fun. They're meant to be, I don't know. Yeah, I'm very easily entertained, clearly. I know, it's just one of those things. I just sort of thought of it and thought, you know what, I think this is a great idea. So I'm going to just paint this across here now because this is going to annoy me. Pink and gold, lovely colour combination. Always goes really well together. So let's get that done, and then I can safely look at them as a group, because then what I'll do when they're over is I'll put them up on Instagram so you can have a look. And I'll post them on the Sugar and Crumbs cake community page as well. And then I'll pop the video on my YouTube channel, so you'll be able to go back and watch it as well. So if you've missed anything or you fancy a bit of a reference then later on. Now what I've done here is I've actually put in a bit more cocoa butter. So can you see it's coming out a bit paler? The coverage is less. So if you want to kind of adjust your colours a little bit, then that's what you end up with. I know, I love this. I mean, I've got more and more ideas for this, like you wouldn't believe. I just think this is great. There you go, you see the difference between, I'm not going to paint the top, but can you see the difference between these two colours here? So they both come out of the same royal gold. It's just I've upped the amount of cocoa butter that's in there to get a slightly different effect. So just more of a like pale gold colour versus sort of that more stronger yellowy type gold, but it's the same gold, it's just I've used less of it and just used more cocoa butter, and we've ended up with a slightly different effect. But you can see what you can do. I mean, you know, this one here's got like a, this one here I did with a colour called tangerine, and tangerine dusting colour mixed with then I've got primrose in the middle, and then I used spring green to do the leaves, and then I matched it with the lid as well. So you can kind of play around with this until you get it until you can get it matching. I just read someone's comment, you want to come here and play. You won't get anything done, I'll tell you. I'll be painting all day. I do love these though. I know. I'll put a little bit more colour in there. It might go a bit darker now. A little bit darker. That's okay. So you do need small paintbrushes. This pattern here was done with my new angular brush. I don't even want to tell you how long it took me to get this into a position where I can teach it, because it did take me forever, but now I've sussed it so that you can all do it wonderfully. These super quick, absolutely super quick. They are, oh, they're cool. Oh, brilliant. That's excellent news. So yeah, these I've done with my new angular brush, which is part of the Floral course, which you say is just about to come out. You could put that in the middle there. You see, that looks very nice, even with ones underneath it like that. If you didn't want it to show, you could always put a little bit of sugar paste just underneath that disc, and then you wouldn't get the pink shining through, because when that starts to get wet, you see, it will start to show through. So if you wanted to do that, that's another way of kind of stopping it, if you wanted to keep it nice and white like that. Or you could trim it down if you wanted to. You could just take a pair of scissors and just chop round it a little bit so it's a little bit smaller. Where do I live? I'm giving my home address now. Come round and do my cookies for me, everybody. But there you go. So I'm really hoping, actually, by doing this live, that I'm going to inspire some of you to pick up some paintbrushes and create some amazing cookies that I can share, because I think they look amazing. The other thing I used the other day, actually, is another idea for you, and I'm full of ideas here. Have I got one left? Oh, I've got one left, but it's got green on it. Okay. You could always use your little extra little tea and biscuit things like that as well. So you could always pop on a little biscuit from the tea and biscuit set if you wanted to, or you could do the full-blown pouring thing that I was doing on my friend's cake. So, you know, you could always do something like that and have your tea coming down there. I know it's a bit of extra sugar paste, but do you know what? It's not huge amounts of sugar paste to eat. It's less than you would eat on a cake when you compare it to there like that. And you can see just how thin it is versus the cookie itself. So yeah, you could do a little cookie like that. And then there's the little cupcake one as well. So you could always design and coordinate and stick that on as well. So if you fancy doing a little bit of 3D decoration, you could always do that. Failing that, you can always use sprinkles. So you can always get some little sprinkles and just stick those on as well. Bearing in mind, sprinkles are lovely and edible as well. So you could always do your vines and then take some little tiny sprinkles, and there's loads of them available, and just stick those on with a little bit of royal icing. Make sure you use royal icing so it really sticks on. If you use edible glues and things, there's chances are they'll probably be chipped off. So use royal icing to stick on any extra bits like that. So there you go. Right, okay. Have you enjoyed my fabulous coffee cup cookie thing? I know, honestly, let's leave them there for a second, and I will take a picture so that you can see them in a minute. All right, there we go. Lots of fun. I'm not sure if I'm entertaining you or entertaining me, to be perfectly honest. But I'm here. And I wake up and I think, what shall I do today? And I thought, oh yes, a coffee cup painting session. Right, let's do that. Let's not do too much practice. We'll just go live and see how we get on. The little teapot mould, oh, it's here. There we go. It's a tea and biscuit one. It looks like that, and that's on our website as well. My PA will put one up in a minute, I'm sure. Thank you, Nikki. Yeah, it's a really sweet little one, but you do need to use it with modelling paste. Please don't use any moulds like this with sugar paste. They're a nightmare otherwise. You'll hate them. I mean, it's got a little tiny spout and all sorts of things on there, and sugar paste, disaster. It would just be so difficult to get out of the mould. So anything like this that you want to be making, then please use modelling paste, because it's going to be so much easier for you, and you'll get a much better result, and you'll be much happier with it. And oh, Doe's watching. Oh, interesting. Right, I'm expecting some serious painting from her. She's probably cursing me now. See, every time she puts up any painting, I have to make little comments now because I've seen it. Right, so don't forget, I'm going to put some details up here now. Just bear with me because I have to lean forward because I don't have my own cameraman, you see. Right, there's my YouTube channel. So if you go onto YouTube, you can follow me on there. Now, I upload every video that I do on Sugar and Crumbs, I now put onto my YouTube channel. So if you're trying to find something very specific that I've done, sometimes you watch a video and you go, oh yeah, I'm going to do that, and I'll do it in a month's time when it's somebody's relevant birthday and you can't find it. Well, then if you go to my YouTube channel, you should find it on there, because we've got a nice big picture of what we're actually trying to do on there. Instagram, oh, we like Instagram. It's all very similar, you know. Tracey Mann Cakes, that's me. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, everything that I normally do, I put a picture up on there as well, various links. There we go. And if you want to look at classes, we go on to this one. We're all over the place. Tracey Mann Cake School is where all the classes are. So that's all the flowers behind me. All the online stuff is on there. So you can go across and have a look on there, see what we're up to. The one that wanted to do the floral coffee cup, then that is on the Floral Heart course, which is a £5, something like that. We'll enrol you, send you a link, and then you can access that straight away. And you know what? That is one of the most popular classes, that one, because everyone loves to paint flowers, don't they? So, you know, you can have a go at doing whatever. I'm sure you'll enjoy it anyway. I tell you the one thing with these YouTube videos, I'm looking very much forward to having my hair cut, because if you watch them, my hair's getting longer and longer and longer. I mean, we're all in the same boat at the moment, but I am looking forward to being able to look at the screen and not see my hair as long as this is just horrendous. And my mother said the other day, "Oh, you are talking about your hair at the start of the videos." So I can't help it. I look at the screen, the first person I can see is me, you see. So it's a bit of a reminder of what's going on. Anyway, I will stop talking now because I will be here forever otherwise. Thank you very much for joining me this morning. I will be back again at 6:30 on Tuesday evening on Sugar and Crumbs. Saturday morning I will be showing and talking all about my flower painting course this week. So it's a big thing for me this week to explain how that goes. Yes, there are some involved videos on YouTube as well. So yes, go pop over and have a little look. I'm sure you'll find lots of things on there. Thank you very much, Nikki. She is a star, my little PA that's on here helping me. The Floral wreath link has just gone up there as well. It's lovely to see all the familiar names tuning in every week. I do appreciate it. It is lovely. Don't forget to like and share, because I always forget to tell you. So I'm remembering now. Don't forget to like and share. So have a lovely day, everyone. And what consistent with learning from Floral Icing drip? Oh, that's another story. We'll move on to that another time. Have a lovely day and take care, and I will see you all on Tuesday at 6:30. Bye.